Okay, hello, and welcome to our next Soul Sister Sync video, which we are going to talk to you today about the topics of mindfulness and meditation. My name is Shaima Jindi. I'm a relationship coach, and mindfulness and particularly meditation are super helpful in the areas of relationships, which we'll talk about in a bit.
And my name is Arti Kakad. I am a hypnotherapist and life coach. And I also teach mindfulness and meditation as part of the courses I give people on stress management. So it's a topic that's really dear to my heart. So we thought we'd talk to you today about what mindfulness and meditation actually are, our own daily practices, how it's helped us, and what to watch out for as well. So first, what mindfulness and meditation are?
Yes.
So this is my definition. So there's loads of stuff out there. There's loads of organisations you can learn mindfulness and meditation through. But my personal definition is that mindfulness is when you are really completely focused on the task at hand. And anytime your mind wanders off and starts thinking about something else, you bring your mind back to the task at hand. So, for example, when you're washing up, really focusing on getting those plates clean and not thinking about what you're going to make for dinner tomorrow or what time you're going to put the kids to bed or whatever. When you're going for a walk, noticing the feeling of the ground beneath your feet, the feeling of the sun on your face, the colour of the trees, and again, not thinking about that deadline at work or whatever it is that you normally think about. And the reason mindfulness is really effective is it takes you out of worries that aren't happening in the present moment and puts you right into the present situation that you're in right now. Meditation is really similar, but to me it's when you've intentionally set time aside to focus on something, whether that's focusing on your breath or a mantra or a candle or doing a guided meditation and focusing on that journey that you're going through. It's time that's deliberately set aside, and you have to be mindful during your meditation. Yes. So that's when they both come in together. And use that time to focus on the meditation practice. So anything you wanted to add to that?
I think that's a really good definition, so thank you. I think I talk a lot about manifestation in my work, and I practice manifestation a lot. And a lot of my mentors told me to use mindfulness and meditation as a help for that. And when I first heard that, I was like, how is that going to help? Surely manifestation is all about focusing on this one thing, and oh my gosh, my thoughts and my vibration is all about that one thing. How is not thinking about anything going to help? But actually it really does, because if you think about your daily thoughts, you've got so much stuff whizzing through your head. It's impossible to just keep your vibration pure and just focus on this one thing happily and never have anything contradictory coming to your experience. I mean, if you can do that, that's great. And please let me know how you do it, because I've been trying for years and I still can't. So what meditation does is it just gives you almost a clear base, a blank canvas to work with. So Abraham Hicks describes it as your thoughts are like a cork in water. So when you're really tense and when you're really focusing on manifesting something and you really want something and oh my gosh, you want it so bad, the tension is keeping you under the water. There's too much, a YouTuber, Aaron Doughty, calls it excess potential. There's too much focus on that. And so it's almost like the universe is saying to you, you want it too badly and you need to realize you're okay without it before we give it to you. So when you meditate, the cork is free to then bob to the surface of the water. Because your mind is clear, you're connecting behind all of your thoughts and stress to your higher self, to your deeper soul, and everything, even as I'm talking about it, everything just feels, so peaceful. And then, of course, visualize if you want. If you're manifesting something, you can visualize, you can be happy, but you'll just do it from a place of authenticity.
So do you use meditation daily?
Yes. Yeah, well, I try to. So I normally tend to meditate when I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed or when I'm feeling a little bit stressed. And what I'll do is I'll put time away in a quiet room on my own, sit down or lie down. I like it when there's a background noise. So if there's a background humming of a radiator or a ticking clock, because then I literally focus all my thoughts just on that noise and release all other thoughts. Other thoughts will pop in. I manage this for, not as long as I would like to, but it's a practice. You build it up, and then other thoughts do start coming in. But one of my mentors taught me is that when thoughts come in, just imagine you're putting a bubble around it and release the thought. So there's no judgment. Don't beat yourself up for thinking, because it's completely natural. But do your best to release thoughts and get back to that place of thinkingless.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's really important, because most people I talk to about meditation say, oh, but it's impossible and I can't stop my thoughts. And it isn't about stopping them, it's about noticing when they're there, but not getting so attached to them. So sort of, I'm not I got distracted from my meditation, let me bring myself back again.
Yeah.
And in that space you might start noticing patterns as well, so thoughts that come and go as thoughts do, but there might be some persistent thoughts that keep coming, and those are the ones that maybe you could write down and pay attention to and work out whether there's something you can do about them.
Yeah.
So my daily practices, I do two things. So I do some mantra meditation every day, and a mantra is a good way of meditating if you want something to focus on. A lot of people find focusing on silence or their breath too difficult, and a mantra just means free the mind. So it's a good thing to do to free the mind from all the anxious thoughts. It's what it says on the tin. And I do that while I go for a walk. So I've got I don't do well sitting still, as you know, Shaima, from my school days. So I go for a walk and do mantra meditation. And then the other thing I do as much as I can is a sort of self-guided meditation, so focusing on my breath and getting into a really relaxed state. And then in that state, it depends what mood I'm in, I might take myself off on an imaginative journey to a really relaxing place, or I might in that space do some, try and feel really connected to the earth or everyone, all the people in it, or do some forgiveness, or work on, healing the inner child, and we'll talk more about this in future videos. But, as a hypnotherapist, hey, that's part of my trade, and I really enjoy it, and I've seen a lot of benefit from meditating, both being able to take a step back from how I would normally react, and just provide in a stressful situation. It's helped me lengthen that thinking phase I've got, where I'm able to actually take a step back, calm down, and then react how I want to react, rather than how my emotions are driving me to react. And also to let go of a lot of stuff that causes a reaction in the first place.
Yeah.
And it helps me feel more connected to the earth, to everyone in it, and to someone asked me once, what helps you feel really joyful, and meditation was like one of the top things on my list. So so it's helped in loads of ways. And how have you found it's helped you?
So one thing I do is in stressful situations, when you're actually in the moment, so let's say you're at the dentist and you hate the dentist, I find in those situations quietening my mind meditatively doesn't help, because there's too much tension going on. But what really does help is mindfulness. So I think you teach the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah. So when there's too much going on up here, I teach actually coming back into the senses in your body. So I teach people that if they can focus on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which is 5 things they can see, 4 things they can hear, 3 things they can feel. So it might be, your feet on the floor, your bum on the chair. 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste, because usually we can only taste 1 thing at a time.
Yeah.
And doing that really slowly helps you get out of your head and back into your body. Where if you are at the dentist or waiting for some test results or something like that, it can be a really effective way of not getting caught up in that really tense thought cycle.
Yeah.
So you found it helps you in those kind of situations?
Yeah, it really does, because it brings you back to the moment, and there's a joy in it. Like you mentioned joy, there is a joy in just being in the moment. And again, talking about manifesting, if you manifest from this present moment, it's much, much more powerful than if you manifest from the past and reminiscing on the past, or manifest thinking about the future. We can talk about this more in another video, or one of my mentors, Synchro Sancti, she's a YouTuber, she talks about it a lot. About how when you tap into the present moment, you're in the field of infinite potential, and anything is literally possible.
I like it.
Yeah.
So this is a vast topic, and we could spend ages talking about it.
Yeah.
So if you've got any questions specifically about mindfulness or meditation, if you let us know in the comments, we can do some future videos on them. But I just wanted to talk about when it can be overused.
Yeah.
And mindfulness and meditation are really good at increasing your resilience to stress, but they're not a replacement for actually dealing with a stressful situation. So if you do keep having the same argument over and over again with someone, that needs to be dealt with, and no amount of sort of meditation can take that away. It might increase your your resilience to it, but eventually that needs to be dealt with. Or there's lots of workplaces offering mindfulness classes, which I think is absolutely amazing. But if you're working 12, 14-hour days and squeezing in a mindfulness class in your lunch hour, it's just another thing to do. And actually, if you're stressed because of work, because you're working long days, that's something that needs to be addressed by your employer, not just here's some yoga and here's some mindfulness, now get on with your job sort of thing. So there are sort of, it can be overused, usually not by individuals but by organisations, as a kind of, look, we're offering you this lovely thing, but do keep an eye on whether you're addressing the reasons you're stressed out as well.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah, so
awesome. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's it.